I'm going on a water ski vacation. How do I get ready for it? Is that what we're going to talk about? Yes. Yeah. If you're going on a water ski vacation this winter, you need to know some things, right? What are those things? I don't know. Talking about water ski vacations, what do you do before? What do you do while you're on vacation? How do you deal with it?
Are we talking winter?
Winter.
Well, a lot of people go in the spring. Like, as a kid from England, I would go to Florida. It would be April, it was Easter, it was all fancy. My mum would send me with some chocolate eggs.
Oh,
chocolate eggs.
She didn't send you with any of this time, you're here.
No. I bought you a Lindt bunny last time, so we're getting rabbit holes, literal chocolate rabbit holes.
It was good.
Okay. I'm
chocolate is not part of the plan.
But say you're sending your kid to go to, or adult, if you're an adult, to go to Florida in April, or you're going to decide to go to Acapulco, Costa Rica. These are getting some really popular holidays. People love them because they're great. You get to go skiing, off season, Chile, wherever you want to go. What's that preparation ideally like? Obviously, ideal preparation, you've worked out, you've done all this stuff, but say you're a month out of 2 months away from your vacation, and you sat there on the couch eating a bag of Cheetos, and you're like, Jenny,
my fingers are orange.
What do I need to have? I've got orange fingers, I can't touch my phone.
First of all, lick your fingers, get rid of the cheese. Okay. Second of all, start moving your body. So many people go to water ski vacations and they literally haven't done anything for a couple months and they're so sore, they can't ski while they're there, they get hurt, all of these things happen, right? So, have a bit of a plan, and we've talked about it on other podcasts, kind of what an off-season plan looks like, but let's say that you're 2 weeks out even, right? Do some basic stuff. Give yourself some push-ups, give yourself some pull-ups, do some squats, get on a foam roller once in a while, do some lunging. Just get your body moving, trying to do some getting your spine moving through shapes. You can even, if you know any water ski drills, start doing some of that stuff so you're getting your brain kind of prepped for it as well. So moving your body, and I would say don't go do stuff that's going to make you really sore so that you can't.
But say you're like 2 months out, like you've got time to build up a base, and you can, obviously if you're going next week, probably a little late anyway, but like say you've got time to build up that 2 months. Is there any kind of exercises that you'd recommend?
Yeah, I mean, I think that basic, I'm going to say like body weight stuff because some people don't have gyms. So I'm going to say, and if you have a gym or you have stuff, then use weights with these movements. But lunging and step-ups are really good. Push-ups, pull-ups, planking, Jefferson curls, if you know what those are. It's where kind of like a cat and cow from yoga, where you're rounding your spine, you're getting your spine moving through some range of motion. I mean, I could go on forever. So, but basic stuff, you know, do some warm up, hit a yoga class, find some things that are going to get you moving and get yourself strong.
As a slalom skier, every time you start skiing for the first set of the year, your traps
are so sore.
I don't know, they're never sore other than for my first week.
Yeah.
What, do you have any kind of favorite exercise? Because everything else is kind of, obviously you get some lower back. And
my favorite is farmer's carries. So find heavy weight. It could be kettlebells or dumbbells or barbells or sandbags. Yeah, just something that's heavy. It's going to get your shoulders set, so you're going to be working the muscles that you're using to try to keep some handle connection, but it's going to engage all of your traps.
I mean, don't just let your shoulders round?
Yeah, don't be here. Like sit up tall or stand up tall, pull your shoulders back, glue in, and that's great. And that has to be like really heavy, and it's going to tax your grip strength. You're going to get some calluses. Like calluses are great to keep, right? We don't want to rip our hands, so especially when we're going into warm water. So
I guess that's a way to look at it as and this is probably you as on a CrossFit form of barbell, and you and me as a skiers, callus care is like a massive deal for me, because I always used to let him grow, and I just used to let him go big, and then I started getting issues out in Florida that I'd get weird tears going on. And I know for me, and this is actually probably a pretty important part of going on a water ski vacation, if you start ripping your hands, don't just say man up and deal with it. Like make sure you tape them if you get the rips, but if you can, build up the calluses, build up some form of strength there so that
we should show how you tape at some point.
Yeah.
We'll do that later. Different program.
I can be a little real.
Yeah.
Check out the Flow Point Method Instagram to see how to tape your hands.
Going on a tangent.
We are. But I think this is, in all seriousness, if you are going on a water ski holiday, so many people will rip their hands. And that's, like you say, and I think that would make farmer's carries even better, like you say.
Farmer's carries and hanging from bars, like those are big ones that we do for callus, keeping calluses in the off season.
If you don't do anything and you go on a vacation and you ski 3 sets a day in warm water for the first time of the year, those two things are just gonna be disastrous. So if you're doing stuff beforehand, right?
Yep.
And then you get there and you do some sort of progression. I know you only have 5 days. Maybe you only have 3. Maybe you do have 6. You still have to progress, and you can't ski 3 sets every single day. You've got to you got to build in, I would say.
Oh, for sure.
I would say start with some free skiing.
Yeah, you
one set.
haven't seen a buoy for a while.
Haven't seen a buoy for a while. Then I would say progress into, first day should be 1.5 to 2 sets, and then start building into some more sets after that, is what I would say.
Yeah, because you're on a ski holiday, so you're gonna want to ski. So if you decide, you wake up second day, you're gonna be sore. No matter how many farmers carries you do, you're not gonna wake up bright and breezy and like you've gone to a stroll in the park. But like you say, adding in something that I've been horrendous at is, like you say, I love the free skiing idea. Like being able to go there and, okay, I'm a little bit sore, keep your heart rate low, and just go and take some smooth rides.
Find some rhythm.
Enjoy your time.
But don't turn sharp. Free ski. Get some movement going. Warm up, cool down. Right?
Yeah, super important. So if you're just coming off the couch, or you've spent months not doing a whole lot, or you have been training still, you have to warm up and cool down. That's going to keep you ready to go before each ski ride, before and after each ski ride. So even if you're skiing twice in one day or 3 times in one day, sure, the first warm up might be longer, right? But always give yourself a cool down where you go for a walk afterwards, a short walk, and do some, move through some range of motion, do some rolling, whatever it is that you've got there.
And I know someone's going to ask, because I've asked, and you will say the first pass isn't a warm up. Unfortunately,
the first pass isn't
it doesn't
a warm-up.
count. In Jenny's book, it doesn't count as a warm-up. However much I've tried to argue it, it doesn't count as a warm-up.
You want to think of your warm-up. So here's one thing that blows my mind about water skiing. You're sprinting for 16 to 20-ish seconds, right? Like a full-out sprint. Do you ever see 100-meter sprinters on a track just go from like taking their sweats off? They're like, no, that doesn't happen. So it's so weird to me that happens, right? So with water skiing, you have to get your heart rate up. You should be sweating before you get on the water.
Swings don't count?
They do them, and a lot more. So give yourself some push-ups, do a burpee, do some squats, do some lunges, do some single leg balance work. And then if you are someone like we've talked about that's like you're super hyped up after that, do some breathing, and then get on the water and crush it, and then come off and
make sure you cool
do some
down
recovery.
off. And when you're on the water, we talk about this more in depth in other podcasts, so make sure you check that out. But how you start the season is key for how you can carry through the season, right?
For sure, and that's, I know for me and you, obviously, I've always tried to look at my first week of this is how I want to start. And as a coach, as well as a skier, if I get a kid for a week, it's like, all right, this is how you will start for the one thing that annoys me most, and I'm sure it annoys you as well, is people go, I don't want coaching yet. I'm just starting out. I'm not there yet. And like you with the camps.
Let me remember my bad habits,
and then we'll figure out how to sort them. And that's like, so make sure that, I'm gonna hand this one to you, but like making sure that your position and your rhythm and your timing is spot on, because that's like, or not spot, it's not going to be spot on, but like
working towards it
is
I mean, for me, the biggest thing I've uncovered, and this can change, but right now the most fundamental thing in slalom skiing, and even trick and jump, but in slalom skiing, because we're talking mostly to slalom skiers right now, is position on the ski. Not just position not like a yoga pose position, not like a static position, but like how are you moving through time, through a turn, moving, accelerating towards the wakes, on your transition, you're outbound, swinging around the boat. How are you managing your body position through those different phases of the course? Because when you really get down to the physics of it, and I'm not gonna get into the weeds now, we do another podcast, but the physics pretty much say that how you control the reaction from the ski is all based on where your body is and where the load from the rope's coming. That is mostly dependent on the shape of your body and the position that your body's in. And that ultimately is an intimate relationship between your brain and your body. We give you tools on the method and on these podcasts, but really it's about you understanding what tricks and what little keys are gonna get you moving in a better shape.
100%.
But that position is key. If you have a great athletic stance, you have more command, you have more control, and you have better outcomes for each movement, each pass, each set.
And I actually did a video on it, which a lot of people related to. I vlogged one of my first sets when I went in this very similar situation. I think I'd been skiing for like 2 weeks, which is quite a long time, right? For a lot of people, that's like a standard holiday, but I was down there for 3 months. And a lot of people related to that and didn't realize that 2 weeks into skiing, I'm still finding my balance. I'm not trying to run down the line. I'm not trying to do all that.
And you're one of the best in the world.
And I'm still missing 35s. I'm willing to sacrifice a score at that time of the year. And like,
To move in the right direction.
like normally if mid-season, if I miss 35, I'm going to be a little bit like, what was that?
Yeah.
But start of the season, I'm very much willing to sacrifice my boy count. And even realistically, you should be throughout the season.
Yeah.
But that first week, that first 2 weeks on your holiday, I know you're there to ski, I know you want big boys, but be willing to sacrifice a little bit of boy count, a little bit of scores to be able to get that rhythm. Because you're trying to build something, you're trying to build a new athletic stance, you're trying to build a new rhythm in the course. And real slalom we can make complicated all day. Everyone tries to make it as complicated as they can. Because it can be, and it is, and to understand
It
it,
should be
it's,
quite simple, though, at the end of the day.
it should be simple, but it also can be extremely intricate. But realistically, if you have position on your ski, if you have that athletic stance set and strong, and you're in rhythm with the boat, you're holding your position through those wakes, through the turns. Obviously, positions change, but that you will get on the set. You are going to be injured less. You're going to be stronger. You're going to be better as you come away from your holiday, and maybe you go straight into the season. Maybe you sit on the couch for another 3 months because it's.
No, you're doing your workout program.
Yeah, you're doing your off-season training program.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean, like that setting that rhythm, learning your stance and your rhythm, in my opinion, is by far the most important thing you can do.
Early on, in the season.
And you will have the best holiday while you do it because it's still water skiing and it's still a lot of fun.
And enjoying it, making sure to have fun. I mean, that's what you're going on a water ski vacation for. If you're trying to go down there to PB, anywhere to PB, early in the season, midwinter or early spring, that's not the goal. The goal should be, dialing in some pre-ski protocols, trying to dial in your position, your rhythm and timing, and making sure you're enjoying it.
Water skiing is such a different sport, so I'm going to relate it to like something that is kind of common sense, right? Let's say that I am I'm going to run a marathon. My goal is to run a marathon, right? Mm-hmm. And so I have a 6-month program, right? So early season, it's January, and I'm not going to run until the end of June. I'm not going to run a marathon as fast as I can on January 1st. Like, that's weird, right?
I mean, you might, but most people shouldn't.
It doesn't make any sense when you think about it. It's such a long season. Yeah. So use this as a time.
Not everybody does that. We're not saying everybody does that. We know.
No.
But
One, I do.
That's an exaggeration. But that's the point, is we don't want to move that direction.
But I do think a lot of people do that, and I think the reason is because it's an enjoyment sport. At the end of the day, it is an enjoyment sport. We're here for enjoyment.
So is running a marathon. No, I'm just kidding.
But if you're watching this, you're probably trying to get better, and you can enjoy things and get better. Yeah. And at the same time, it's like, I think because we look at it this enjoyment sport, everyone loves running the most boys. That's why we love the sport. At the end of the day, a lot of people like getting the boys. Yeah. So it's.
Are you saying boys or buoys?
Buoys, English. Sorry.
Is he saying boys?
That's going to become a problem on this
boys.
podcast.
Come on.
But on the buoys. It's just taken me a moment to recover from that one. I'm scared.
So,
Closing my eyes.
On the buoys.
On the buoys. I said boys. I'm not American.
Boys.
You've completely made me lost my train of thought. So what was I saying?
Great. We're leaving this in, by the way.
No, we're not. I swore.
Yeah,
I swore just so it has to come out.
We'll
I got him all.
My mic's flashing as well.
What do you call it? Niggle? I got you.
Niggle. I got a niggle. What actually was I saying? That was it.
Yeah.
And then because it's an enjoyment sport, I feel like a lot of people look at it and go, I love getting boys. That means I need to get boys every time. But a marathon, in my opinion, isn't as fun. So people go, all right, I'm training for my marathon to get better, to get the best time I can. But I know that I'm going to get a plan from a set of coaches. You can't run a marathon by yourself. No. Like, it's very hard to ski by yourself sometimes.
Yeah.
You need a driver at least.
You need a driver, you need help. Yeah. But everyone kind of does that and just tries to go for it. But yes, you're trying to enjoy it. And yes, boys are very fun. But let's take a step back. Take a chill pill.
Take it slow. Progress into it.
Yeah. Skiing can be fun without all of the boys.
Recap, don't go to a water ski vacation without doing something before it.
Yep.
Warm up, ski intelligently, cool down.
Yeah.
And have a really good time.
Yeah.
Have a few margaritas, because I've seen some places and they look really good.
Does ski parents have the cookies? Those cookies
and
are so good.
Take pictures, take videos, tag us, because we'd like to comment and see what's going on, what you're up to, where you're at, and how it's going. Rob's jealous. That's it.
Thank you for watching.
See ya.
Or listening.
Bye.
Bye.